And welcome in, everybody. Today, I'm going to show you how to do some quick and easy production edits. If you ever had a production, you liked it, wanted to change it, tweak it just a little bit, well, then this video is going to show you how to do that. Of course, we're going to do it my way. These are very complicated sometimes. Sometimes they're super easy. I like to stick to super easy. All right, so we're in the construction menu. The mod we're going to edit today is the feed mixer by Acker Design. It is on the Modhub. I will put the link in the description. It is a great looking mod. Works really well. There's nothing wrong with it. We're just going to tweak it a little bit to fit our needs and to show you guys how I do it. We go down here in productions. There is two. You'll notice there is the pig and the compound feed mixer. It is important to note that there are two of these. We are going to go with the pig feed mixer. I'm going to place that down on our farm. We're almost broke. We're going to come back out. We're going to go look in our menu. And you can see now we have the pig food mixer. Now, the reason I'm choosing this one to edit is because, number one, it looks fantastic, but it has a lot of inputs and one output. Pig food is our output. It takes a little bit of everything to make that pig food. And you can see we have decent capacities already. We can mess with those while we're in there as well. But we have a lot of products here that need to be inputted, so we get one output. So from here, now that we know we can see what we have on there, we're gonna have to head to the XMLs. How do we do that? Stick around. I'm gonna show you that too. Okay, to start off, we are on my desktop here. I have put the mod right here. You can see this is the FS22 feed mixer. This is your zip folder. Now, this is the way that I do it. There are many ways to do this. There are probably easier ways to do this. This is the way I do it. Keeps me out of trouble a little bit. There's reasons for that, but it makes it simple for me. We want to open this. We double click on it. And as you can see, now there is some foreign language there. We got a little German. Not a problem. Speak enough just to understand the different things. And I mentioned before that there are two productions, and you can see the Kalffutter and the Schweinfutter. Now, again, I mispronounce those horribly, but you get what I mean. Schwein is the pig. This one is the other factory. You can see a lot of other files in here that we don't need. These are your paint images of what you're doing. So if we did this one, you can see the picture will come up of what we're looking at. That's always helpful. If you ever want to see, like, did I get the right mod? Did I not? You can click on that paint if you have paint.net. And get that image. Now, again, we want to change the pig food mixer. So this is this. So the way I do it is I take this and just drag it to my desktop, and it will populate over here. Let's bring it over here to make it easier. And now we have it on our desktop. Now, this is just a copy. As you can see, it is still in here. Didn't go anywhere. It's just a copy. So now you need Notepad++ to do this. There are other programs out there that you can use. I use Notepad++. Here for me. We will right click this. Okay, so we've opened it in Notepad++. This is what it looks like. This is editable at this point, so we do want to be careful where we're clicking and what we're typing. But let's just take a quick look at what we have in the XML. Here is all your descriptions, what it is. The pig feed mixer is what it's called. You can make sure you're doing the right one. We go down. A lot of things we don't need to mess with. We don't want to mess with. Our placement area, don't want to mess with that. Your clear area, the leveling, going to make the ground do things when you put it down. All of this we don't really want to mess around with at all. The lights, none of that. Sort of like when we did the capacity video, the same thing. That creates your hotspot so you know where the thing is. Here is where we want to get down to is production point. Now, we can zoom in just a little bit there. As you can see our production here. And again, this has everything that it takes as an input. As you can see here, it says input and then output. These are the things we want to start with changing. We want to change our recipe. So how are we going to change this? Well, for me, I know a lot of people do not like doing root crops. So we have potato and sugar beet and sugar beet cut here. All three of these we can remove. So we're going to get these, we highlight those, and we backspace. Now you don't like it? Control Z, you're back. Right? Fix your mistake. Control Z is very important, especially for someone like me who doesn't always know what they're doing. Control Z is your friend. So we're going to get rid of these. And you see we have an extra line there. Shouldn't matter, but I always put it back to where it was. So we've gotten rid of those 3 fill types. Simple enough. Don't do root crops. Now, say you wanted to add something to this. This one takes pretty much everything, so we don't need to really add anything. But if we wanted to, we could. So let's just pick a spot here in this line. Doesn't really matter where. We're going to create that space there. So we're going to copy this line so I don't have to type everything. Go down here and we're going to paste that in. You see we've got 2 oats. We definitely don't want 2 oats. So we're going to put our cursor there. We're going to delete our oat. Now here's where we can add things. This is where you're going to need to know what things are called. If you, for example, sorghum is your sorghum, maize is corn. You need to know what the game is calling each fill type. That can be found pretty easy. You can go around into the map folders if they have custom crops. But base game stuff, which is what we're going to focus on here, is pretty easy. Now, we do want to keep it in caps. I am going to add straw, and you can see it sort of populates because the game sort of knows it. We're just going to add straw. Now, straw would not go into pig food, I don't think. But it's obviously we're going to be able to see straw. So straw is in there now. That is not all we have to do, though. Now that we've got the straw in our recipe, we're just going to change the amount that it takes just to set it apart from the others so we can see it when we go back and look. So we're just going to say 136 as a random number. So you'll see that. So 75 of the others, 100 of these, and 136 of that. That is going to make us 850 pig food. We can change this as well. We can change any of these amounts. We can change what it outputs. But of course, we want pig food here. So we're going to leave that there. Other things that we can mess with while we're in here is our cycles per hour. Now, obviously, this is going to be how fast it is. We want to change that. 1 cycle per hour is not very fast. Let's just say go crazy and do 1,000. That is going to be super fast. You can also change your cost per active hour. Don't really mess with that much. I mean, you can make it cheaper. To me, we're doing it at 1,000 cycles per hour. That's a lot. So it's going to be pretty instant. But just to show you what we can do. Now, we're still not done. There's a few other things that we need to do. If we come down here a little bit, you see selling station. This is important as well. You'll see a lot of things here. You'll see a lot of products here in our fill types, on our unload triggers. We need to make this, if we scroll a little bit to the right here, we need to make this accept straw at the trigger. Right now, this is what it's going to accept. Now, there's easy ways to do this. You could make it bulk. That would accept pretty much everything. Now, if you're not using that in your recipe, I don't suggest doing that. I would just add what we needed. So in here, I would add, make sure we give our space, straw. Now we have gotten rid of potato, sugar beet, and sugar beet cut out of the recipe. So I will get rid of those. And as you can see now, we just have the sunflower and straw. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 inputs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 inputs there. Again, we will do the same over here. Add our straw. Now you can see straw is down here. These are sort of in the system, but commented out. They're for the other factory, I believe, on this. This blue does not matter. When you see the exclamation point, sort of comment it out. Okay, I hope you followed along so far. It's not been super complicated and it's not going to get super complicated, but there are steps you need to follow. You need to go slow. Make sure you get every little bit right that needs to be right, and then it will work. Our next section is we have our loading station. This is how much it's going to load. The pig food. This is normally where you would go to make your silo unload faster. So 500. My motto is always add another 0. So now we have 5,000 in our fill liters per second. So you're going to get your pig food out of this silo much faster. Again, if you changed what it was outputting, you would change the pig food right here. Put some nice little arrows in there to show you. That's where you would put that there. These pipe effects, you do not want to mess with those. That is your animations, or your not animations, your what it's going to look like. So we don't mess with that, but if we wanted to change our output there, we could. Now, when we come down to our capacity, again, these were pretty high. Don't really have a issue with the amount of capacity on these, but we do have a capacity for our products that we deleted. So we want to say change this one. We don't have to delete this one. All we have to do is change this to our straw, so we can have a capacity for straw now. And then we can delete our sugar beet and our sugar beet cut. Get rid of the space just for good measure. We have 9 inputs, 1 output. Again, if we wanted to make these 1,000,000 liters to hold, we could. Very easy, just add your 0 right there. As such, but we're not going to. We're fine with 100,000 and 300 output. Pretty good. Now we do want to go check. Just want to look what we've done. We've got down to the I3D. That's usually the end of your XML, all the I3Ds. We don't need to mess with these. Everything still should be the same. We're just changing the recipes. Don't need the animations, any of that. Just want to make sure we've done everything, adding our straw, adding our beads, getting rid of the things that we didn't want. Looks like we've got straw there. We've got straw here. So it looks like we have everything done. We want to make sure we hit file and we hit save. Now, this is our copy. This is the one that we changed. So in order to bring this one in, we just drag it, bring it over. It's going to ask us to copy and replace or don't copy. We always want to copy and replace. Hit that there. And the mod that we have now is good. Now there's other things you can do there, depending on what you do. This is your mod desk. We could change this here. This is not editable at this point because I just double clicked it. But if we wanted to change this, we would bring this out. We would right click, edit this with Notepad++, and now we could change this. That is your mod desk for the other factory. As you can see, the straw was in there. That was the part that was commented out. Now, if we wanted to change our pig food mixer to be what it looked like, we could get rid of these 3, and just put our straw in. Gonna make it look a little bit different. Now, here's the different translations. We're doing it for English. And we would save that. Rid of that. And then we would drag our mod desk back in, copy and replace, and we're done. So now we got to do is put this feed mixer right here into our mod folder and load up the game and see if we got it to work. Okay, so we've made it back to the game. We've taken our zip folder, we put it in our mod folder, started the game. One of the first things you want to check is if the mod is still in there to be activated or is already activated. And we're in game, it is showing up. That can happen sometimes if you type something wrong, break the mod, which I'm known to do. It may not show up in game anymore. It may just not be here. It is here now, so we've done it right. We have straw in here. We want to see if it accepts straw, but let's just check our recipe and see what we did. There we go. Now, as you can see right off the bat, we have straw in here, and it is our 136. We put that in there just to make it stand out, and it obviously worked. We have no potatoes, sugar beet or sugar beet cut in our recipe. They are not along here as well. You can see no input for them there. Now the straw is an icon. If you add something base game, a fill type that's already base game, it does populate the icon for you. If you created your own fill type, that's a whole nother section, something that I don't do. As long as you put something from the base game, say we could have put mineral feed in here, it will populate that icon because it's attached to it. So we have our 136 straw, 0 root crops. The other thing is our capacities are the same, but the other thing we changed was these cycles per month. We went from 1 per month to 1,000. So it was 24 cycles per month. It is now 24,000 cycles per month, which is super fast. We do have our straw in there. Don't have the things we didn't want in there. Now we do want to check, which is why we have straw in here, that it will accept straw. That was our unloading trigger. We want to see we can give it what it's supposed to have. Hit our trigger. We will unload. We have 8,000 liters of straw here. And hopefully it takes all 8,000. We check, and we have 8,000 liters of straw in here. So we've got it to add straw, got it to accept straw. We've made it faster. It will unload faster. Around this edge. Now there's no pig food. It's not coming out. We'll make that happen. Get stuck back in here. So far, everything seems to work. Now I'm going to easy dev some ingredients in here. We want to do our farm owned. Our fill level, our inputs, all full. We want to go back, as you can see. Well, gave us 100,000. That was the capacity. We want to activate this. And it is running pretty fast. And you can see it's already starting to go. Because it is 24,000 cycles per month. So you can already see it's going fast. And we are creating pig food. Already made 1,500 liters of pig food. So we will speed up the time a little bit here. That was on half time. We went that fast. We go. You can see this will just kind of rip down. It can go even faster. We've already made 285,000. We filled up the pig food already. That fast by 9 a.m. Now you can make it slower, make it however fast or slow that you want it. I'm going to get in here, and you can see how fast that unloaded from there because we added a 0. Always add a 0. And as you can see, it says pig food. So at this point, we've successfully altered our production facility. Now, by no means am I a modder. I wouldn't consider myself one. I do happen to know some very, very excellent ones, and they are kind enough to help me out when I have issues. Teach me how to do little things like this just to make my game a little bit better, tweak things to my needs. Hopefully, this shows you how to do the same. Just tweak things. All productions are different. Every modder does things their own way. You have to kind of figure out, as long as you have the basics, how they're doing what they're doing, how to sort of suit it to your needs, change it a little bit here and there. Once you advance, learn more skills, how they do things, you can get a little bit crazier. For me, this is mainly what I do, is just sort of tweak things to suit my play style. So, what have we done today? We've made this thing fast. We've made this thing not take root crops. We've made it take straw. Again, not a normal pig recipe, but just for demonstration purposes. We've made it fast. We've made it the recipe we want. It shows up in game. It takes the products. It puts out what we want it to. So we have a result, a positive result. We've we've altered our pig food factory. Now, you can do this too. If you have questions, leave them down in the comments. If you have other ways that you think it's a better way to do it, sure, tell me that too. I'm always up for learning new stuff. But for now, if you like these videos, hit the like, hit the subscribe. And until next time, enjoy your productions, and thank you for watching.